Girl, TampaMystic, and we are live right here. You see it? Boom.
Industries most wanted.
Big industries most wanted, not the little one. Listen, I heard we got Vegas checking in. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with your family? It's the one and only Dula-Mite.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Listen, it's a pleasure to have you on here. You and I have been connected for a minute. You know, it's always, I just want to give your flowers real quick. Your virtual flowers, because we ain't here face to face, but it's always a pleasure to deal with someone like yourself you're always on point, you're professional, you comprehend the things that...
We were just talking about that comprehension thing.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give you some gratitude. You know, I appreciate you. You know, we've been connected over the years, and I just think you're such a dope person. You know, take music out of the equation. You're just a dope person. So I just wanted to give you your flowers real quick.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Well, listen, give us that official introduction.
What's happening in the world? It's your boy Dula-Mite from East Las Vegas, Nevada. I know somebody like East Las Vegas. Yes. We have different hoods too. So, so I'm from East Las Vegas, Nevada. Been dealing with the music industry for over, I would say, 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
As you'll go through the interview, you'll learn about me and understand some stuff that I've done, because there's artists and then there's artists who are artists that's still behind the scenes, and I'm one of those.
Definitely. Absolutely. We have a whole lot to talk about. I'm excited to have you here because I'm going to pick your brain on a couple things. And yeah, so let's just jump right into it. Are you originally from Las Vegas?
I always say this. I was accidentally born in Tacoma, Washington, because my mom was supposed to stay out here, and my dad was getting out the military. She went up to Tacoma to help him move, and I came out early. So I can't tell people much about Tacoma. So all I know is Vegas. So my whole life has been Vegas, but I was born in Washington State.
Understood. But Vegas is home for you.
Vegas is home. I don't know nothing else but Vegas.
Totally get it. Nah, that's respect, man. You couldn't wait to get in the world. You're like, baby, I'm coming.
Right, exactly. And my son was born on the same day as me, and pretty much around the same time. So it's just
what
coincidence. Yeah, he came early too. So
wow. Now that's my son and I are only 2 days apart, but you guys got the same birthday. Wow.
Yeah, that nigga wasn't waiting. He was like, oh.
So when you had your son, your birthdays went out the window. It's all about him now.
Absolutely. Well, kind of, because I have custody of my son.
Okay, that's beautiful.
So when school's out, you know, he'll go to California with his mom.
Yeah.
And normally, like the past couple of years, I've been performing in Puerto Rico for like the week when my birthday comes. So I get to perform and be in Puerto Rico at the same time. So it's pretty dope.
That is dope. How old is your son?
He is going to be turning 12.
Okay. Is he your only child?
That's the only one that came out of my nutsack.
He said one and done for now. Maybe later. No, you said that's it. That was me too. I had one child, and he's such an amazing child. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop right there while I'm ahead.
I got extended family, but as far as like the one that came out of me, that's it. So yeah.
Understood. Absolutely. Let's talk about that just for a brief moment. You know, take it back 12 years ago. How did fatherhood change your life?
Fatherhood changed everything. People don't realize.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that just for.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I turned the audio up on my phone. I apologize. Go ahead. That was my fault.
Fatherhood changed everything for me, because I think you will understand that it takes every selfish bone that you had in your body and it leaves. So what happened for me was that I don't have a relationship with my mom or dad, unfortunately. So for me, I use fatherhood as to break the generational curse. And I wanted to be the best father that I could be, since I'm a father now. I got to hold it down. Did I have some bumps in the road? Yeah, of course, everybody does. But one thing I can say is that my son loves me. He respects me. And I took a couple of years off from music once he was born, because I just wanted to completely focus on him. So it changed everything. It made me become a better writer.
Yes.
Become a better person. It made me, it matured me quicker than what I thought, because I used to be in interviews. I was a loose cannon. I'm gonna be real. Like if somebody tell me, hey, you like this artist? No, that nigga sucking. But it was just like, it's crazy. But I tell people, my son gave me media training
I love it.
because as a parent, you have to really recognize the tones that you talk to with your kid and all that type of stuff. And having him, it just created to where I became a better person, and it gave me media training to where just understand that people are going to talk about you the same way that you talk about them. So don't throw no stones at them glass houses because they'll make sure that they'll throw it at yours.
Man, that is facts, and not only that, you're raising a young man to be a grown man. You want to set the tone. You want to make sure you're putting a positive influence in his life because you can best believe he's going to see those interviews. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we don't want to do anything that we don't want to instill in them. So we have to be mindful. What I always say, what I really learned the most when I had my son is learning to be more proactive rather than reactive.
Absolutely, and that was the thing with my dad that we didn't like. He was just a reactor. He didn't hear it. And I make sure that I hear and listen whenever anyone is talking to me now. So that way I can be able to be in a position to help them out. So
Yes, definitely. Well, shout out to your son. Is he a big fan of your music?
my son don't give a shit about my music.
Really?
He don't care that I rap. He don't care that I write. All my son care about is Roblox and being on his Nintendo Switch chilling. He can give a shit about people recognizing me for, like, somebody be like, oh, Dula-Mite, man, what's happening? I just heard this. I'm like, and which is cool. I like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's at that age, where it's like you have to let a kid be a kid. Long as he's doing good and it sounds like he's into his video games. Same thing my son was into at that age, Does he enjoy sports at all?
No.
No. He likes his video games.
I play basketball. He's just like me, but also the opposite. So
Understood.
he just pretty much, my son is like one of those kids. If he came to your house, he would be so quiet, chilling in his own world. It's like, damn, he's like one of the greatest kids that you can have around because
Love that. I love it. And you have to look at yourself. He's a reflection of you. So you obviously instilled, good manners into him. And, that's amazing. You're doing a great job. Shout out to you.
shit. He got a good village around him. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It does take a village, 100%, 100%. And I also commend you. You said that you have custody. I know obviously he does go and visit with his mom, but you have the sole custody of him. I definitely commend you for that too.
And shout out to his mom for letting me do that because we had our bumps, but we both had to mature in the situation, and she's letting me raise a man, and I appreciate her for that. So,
Man, huge shout out to her because there's a lot of women out here. I hate to say it, but they're petty when it comes to that. And I really feel like a boy, especially when he starts getting close to them teenage years, a boy needs his father, to really show him the way. Not to say a woman can't do it because I did it with my son, but that's beautiful. So definitely shout out to his mother for being, understanding and allowing you to show him the way as a young man.
she was stubborn. She was stubborn at first.
Because that's her baby, like.
She had a lot of stubbornness when it came to it, but once we actually had a conversation. And I think that's what we do now. We conversate now. There's no, whatever happened in the past, that's the past.
There you go. Communication is key.
Only thing we talk about is if we're not talking about him, we're not talking about that.
Right. There you go. You just have to have that open line of communication for your son. Absolutely. Hands down. Taking it back, to your childhood, what were you into?
Let me see. Basketball was the thing. Television production was my thing. Like I wanted to be I still do I still want to make films.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But music is what saved my life.
Got you. And we're going to definitely dive into that because we got a lot to talk about. Tell us about Dula-Mite. Where did that name come from?
Okay, so Rudy Ray Moore, the blaxploitation actor, he had the movie Dula-Mite. We know Eddie Murphy played him in that movie.
Yeah.
So okay, good memory about my dad. My dad was a fan of blaxploitation movies. I've always been a fan of like 1970s slang.
Okay.
So I still use it to this day. Like, oh nigga, you just shucking and jiving, and like, oh, well, that's how I talk. But I loved it, and like the Mac is one of my favorite movies ever. But Dula-Mite, when I saw that movie and I saw how the production was so terrible, but I saw how he used it. It was crazy. Like I saw an entrepreneur. He was invested. People don't realize he invested in those movies.
Yeah.
And made those movies. And so when I noticed that he was the one that made the movies, when I met Rudy Ray Moore, I asked for permission because my name is Abdullah Dula-Mite. And I
Look at that. Yeah. That is dope. That is dope. Being that you said film is an interest for you, do you think you would ever want to do some sort of like spin-off or maybe a remake of the movie?
Hell yeah. If I ain't in it, I want to be in it.
I know that's right. You can write it, direct it, and star in it. All that.
Yeah, I definitely want to. Hopefully, we're spending a year or two with the strategy that I'm coming up with. That I'll be in a couple movies. I wouldn't care if they was Tubi movies. I just want to,
of course,
really get into that part of myself. So yeah.
Facts. That's a great foot in the door. Like, we all have to start somewhere, and a lot of people out here want to skip those steps. They want to go straight to the top. It's like, bro, it don't work like that.
You got to put in the work and everything. And I'm going to be honest, too. I got Dula-Mite as a nickname with the Dula-Mite thing because in high school, I was voted most flirtatious.
Okay, there you go.
So Dula-Mite, what he was doing and I was doing. And so we just all put it together because my first rap name was terrible.
It was what?
My first rap name was Big Dookie. Now, you can ask me why. Go ahead and ask me why. And I'm going to tell you why when people would ask me.
Big Dookie?
Big Dookie. I'm going to tell you why. You ready?
I'm ready.
They were like, why the fuck they call you Big Dookie? Here go my dumb ass, because I'm the shit. Fuck out of here. I'm the shit, man. Yeah.
I'm dead. I'm so dead, right? You was feeling yourself.
Feeling myself. I had Big Dookie shirts.
My cheeks hurt right now.
I'm like, I'm the shit.
Yo, but you knew at some point in time you ain't gonna want to walk around people calling you Big Dookie, right?
I was really gonna stick with that shit. This shit gonna stick, get it? And everybody,
no pun intended. Yeah. That is funny. So, how long did you keep the name Big Dookie?
Big Dookie was about 3 years.
Okay.
Thank God I didn't release any mixtapes.
I was just gonna ask you, did you release any music under that name? No.
No CDs, nothing with Big Dookie. It was just like battling and stuff. And like, we got Big Dookie verses, and then they was using that shit real good in the battles, and I was like, fuck, I gotta change it now. So
for real, yeah, they was probably getting you with that name, right?
All them double entendres they was making up Dookie. I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, my nigga.
Yeah. So you transitioned into who you are now, and then how long after the name change did you start actually releasing music on the digital platforms?
I didn't even start on digital platforms. I was one of the best. You know, they got Crooked Eye was like one of the best West Coast mixtape artists.
Yeah.
On top 10.
There you go. So you was putting CDs out.
I was featured on over 500 mixtapes worldwide.
Wow.
Just like different freestyles or some of the same songs. I even did a mixtape with DJ September 7th and TDE when they first started their label. So it was me, K-Dot, and J-Rock, like stars of the mixtape. So like I've been around for a while just with the Mixtape Circuit. I was nominated for like Justo Mixtape Awards and had did like different sites, Papoose, saw those people. I was all around that, which is what created a lot of songwriting opportunities for me. Loaded Luxury, Dollars, that whole generation. Meek Mill before he got signed and all that stuff. And then once the streaming platforms came, I started releasing stuff on there around like 2010.
Got you. Understood. So it's been a minute you've been doing this. Like it's 2024. So we're going on, a decade and a half damn near that you've been putting it out there. Let's run through that for just a moment because you are one of those artists that's been in this for a long time. So you've seen a ton of change. What's one of the most positive changes? And then we're going to take it to the opposite and see what's something that you wish we could maybe get back to.
Positive is what's happened for me now. So like my album, Acquired Taste Volume 1, I released it on even.biz. And for people that don't know what even.biz is direct to consumer.
Yes.
So what was great about CDs for independent artists is that we can do the Master P. We can fill our trunk up with CDs, have your car playing the music, passing them around, people donating, you was making money off your music. Streaming platforms, it became more of a popularity contest. Let's just call it what it is.
Right.
So, but direct to consumer is, for me, I'm gonna say what it is for me because I don't want to speak for somebody that's just a big artist. For me, it allows me to now, one, see who's purchasing the music, but it also allows me to sell my merch. So I have my own clothing line called Fresh Academy. I have my lemonade brand, and then I also have a deal with Demon Time Rum where I can do deals where if you buy my album, then you're purchasing these type of things, but then you're also going to hear the music.
Yes.
People use even for like 30 days. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting my music on streaming platforms unless it's a single.
Right. Right. Absolutely. I'm a big fan of it. I fairly recently, probably in the last couple of months, became aware of Even.biz from an artist out here in Atlanta. And he said that he's now just solely releasing his music on there because with these streaming platforms, it's like a punch in the gut what they're paying people for thousands of streams, where, like you said, with Even.biz, you can, and from my understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like you can put a song up there and say, okay, the minimum I want to sell this for is $3, but I could come along and say, you know what, I want to give them $10 for it.
Yep.
Isn't that how it works?
Absolutely. It's like the spirit of Nipsey Hussle and Ryan Leslie. Ryan Leslie and Nipsey Hussle were the first people that I knew of that had their own websites and sold their music.
Right.
And along came La Russell, and then La Russell was the first artist on Even to where he was like, I do what he does. Minimum is $1.
Yes.
What people don't realize is $1 on Spotify is equivalent to 400 to 533 streams. So let me just break it down for artists that's watching. You spend $6,000 to make your album. So you buy the beats, studio time, the videos. We know some of y'all like to buy y'all views on YouTube and stuff like that, right? So you put all of that together. That's about $6,000, right?
Right.
And then you put your album out on Spotify and everything. Now, a lot of artists also buy their followers on Instagram. So
y'all gotta stop doing that, by the way.
we gotta keep it real, right? Some people actually really have the equivalent of just 1,000 people following them.
100%.
But if you look at it, it says 38,000, right?
Right.
So if we know that's what it is, if you drop an album and you're thinking that since someone goes to your Instagram and sees that they're going to stream it, anybody can tell you that they're listening to your album.
Right.
And you check my album. Yeah, I check that shit out. That shit fine. And then 3 months later, when you see your streaming numbers, now you just at 2,700 streams in 3 months. We got to realize everybody's not a dope boy. Everybody has 9-to-5s and stuff like that. And so if you have a 9-to-5 and all that stuff, this is the reality of an independent artist. You're not going to get 200,000 streams. We know those Spotify numbers at the end of the year that people be posting are fake. If I see somebody that got 2.5 million streams from Spotify, where's your plaque?
Bruh. And
Platinum should be hitting you, telling you to go get it because you should have a plaque.
every label should be knocking at your door trying to sign you. And the sad part, not to interrupt, but the sad part about it is for artists that do that, you can't track your real progress. You don't really know what you're doing when you're fluffing those numbers. And we know it's not real. We know it's not real. It makes people like us frown upon you because we know that you're not really out here working for it. Like it's corny to me is what it is.
Really corny. And people got to realize too, that the industry lazy now. They want a finished product. They don't want artist development, which sucks because artist development, without artist development, we wouldn't have Aretha Franklin. We wouldn't have Janet Jackson. They didn't have amazing success when they first came out. So we got people that's here today, gone tomorrow.
Right.
So with even, like for me, for them, I was an unknown. I've sold almost 250 copies of my album in 3 months.
Nice.
And then my listens is almost at 1 million.
Wow.
And then I've had 6 people pay at least $150 as a donation.
Wow.
For the album. And then you see that money the next day.
That's amazing. And they take what, like 20% off of that?
They take only about 5 to 10%.
But even if, like you said, taking a little bit, that's still good because you are not able to sell your music on these digital streaming platforms like Spotify. That's
Yep.
beautiful.
And so then also too, with the bundles that you offer, you're not just offering your music, you're offering your merchandise. You get fan connect so you can connect with your fans, so you can send messages to fans where they can see your video before it come out. And you actually see, where is the person from? What's their email address? You can stay in contact with these people. So if you just sell 55 copies in a month, you know where these 55 people are from. You can reach out to these 55 people. As you keep dropping projects, it can go from 55 to 110 to 165, and it keeps going up. So with even, you got to be able to use it like selling the music out your trunk thing. And for me,
Yes.
it was a blessing because I was an unknown. Went from being an unknown to now I'm actually an even artist. So they actually have my picture on the roster.
Nice.
I'm like right next to Damian Lillard and who was that? Damian Lillard and Dizzy Wright. I'm like sitting right there with them now. So it
Man.
ended up working out for me. So if you work hard, how can it not work out for you?
No, that is facts. Let me ask you this. When it comes to, shout out to Eric Butler checking in on YouTube. We got a lot of people tuning in over on Facebook. If you guys are tuned in, drop a comment. Let him know you're here. You know what I'm saying? Let him know you're supporting. So come on with them comments, and shout out to everybody on YouTube as well. But my question to you is this, because I'm still kind of learning about it, and it sounds like you're kind of a pro at the even.biz now. When it comes to someone purchasing your music, is there different forms that you can sell it as, meaning that they can get an actual hard copy or they can just receive the MP3? How does that part work?
That also goes along with your bundle. So like for me, when I release volume 2, I plan on having vinyls and I plan on having CDs. And what it is, they finally have the app now for Androids and Apple.
Got it.
Thing is, jump on the wave before it gets too popular.
I agree.
And also too, when you jump on the wave earlier, it benefits you once it's taken off, because direct to consumer is going to be big, because even Kanye is doing it.
100%.
That's why Kanye is selling his merch for $20 and stuff like that, because you capitalize off of it. What is the point of making music? Well, let me just say this. The point of hip hop was to get you out of your circumstances.
Yeah.
And I think people forgot that.
Yeah.
People got so caught up in trying to be popular, they forgot that you're making music because you want to get out of your circumstance.
Facts.
Which is currency. What the fuck is the point of spending all this money and you're not getting nothing back?
Man, you need that ROI.
Yeah, you're in debt. You spend all this money on the videos and everything, the views and everything. And then at the end of the year, you made $56, but you spent $12,000.
It doesn't make us, it don't make no sense.
It makes no sense at all. So why not bet on yourself, even if you just do it for 90 days on Even, or you do it on your own website?
Yeah.
To consumer on your own website or something like that. Why not bet on yourself? Because it's better to bet on yourself and at least get something back.
Yes.
Give it to Spotify and Apple, and then you're getting not even a penny for a stream.
Absolutely. And what's dope about even.biz as well is people who are on there, you know, maybe searching for an artist that they rock with may stumble across you, and you could develop new fans that way as well.
Exactly. I mean, you got to think, we got people on there that haven't been out in a while, so now they're even creating currency for themselves. Kurt Cobain,
Right.
Raheem Devon, and you know, it's a few other people that's on there to where they got a fan base and people want to hear them, and they can capitalize, and then they can create more music.
Got you.
Because of Even, and I'm gonna say this last thing about Even. Because of Even, shout out to Mag, because the CEO, he actually bought my album.
Oh, that's dope.
He checked it out, and then next thing you know, I'm on the front page with the other artists. It's
That's
not
fun.
not a lot of CEOs that listen to your music.
They don't. They just want that moolah.
Exactly. And the fact that he did that, and he did some research on me and everything, so they end up doing a case study on me and all some other stuff that's going to eventually come out. So in my situation, the hard work worked, and I'm blessed.
Yes.
But you can make some money for yourself.
Absolutely.
Keep doing this, trying to be popular, and selling your soul don't mean you're selling your soul to the devil. Selling your soul means you're selling your integrity. And so if you got to make TikTok videos of you shaking your booty, and that ain't something that you want to do something else.
No, absolutely. We are in control of our own destiny. You know what I'm saying? And
So,
You know, there are people out here who feel like they have to do stuff like that, but it's like, if you got to do, weird stuff to get people's attention, I wouldn't want that type of attention. You know what I'm saying? I do have one last question about it. So if someone doesn't have like actual physical CDs and they want to sell their music on there, can they sell it as a form of they'll just receive the MP3, or do they have to stream it on the website when it's for sale?
yeah, they don't get the MP3. They'll stream it from the site. So even now, the app is no different than Spotify. So if you buy
Got you.
albums, you click on even, you log in, those 10 albums are right there, and you can listen to them. If you want to buy more albums, you can see the list of artists that's selling that stuff, the bundles that they offer, and then you go that way. So
Got you.
it's free. So it's not like Spotify and stuff like that where you got to pay for a membership. No, it's free.
I love that.
Only thing you're paying for is the album if you want to buy it, and that depends on how much the artist is selling it for.
Yeah, so once I purchase it from you, now I can go on there and stream it as much as I want.
And here's the catch about that, because that's the thing about LaRussell. LaRussell has like 31 albums on even.
Yeah, wow.
And the thing about LaRussell is that if you spend your money on it, you're going to listen to it.
Yes.
If it's on Spotify, you're just going to put what you like on a playlist.
Facts.
So people are actually listening to my album. They bought it. So why wouldn't they want to listen to it?
That's right.
That's what worked for me, because I ended up getting more followers and getting more people to tap into me because they actually listen to the music finally.
100%. Using that brain right there. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. And that's what this business or any business is about. Every move we make has to make sense.
Yep. And that's what I'm about. I'm trying to get my business up, because I wasn't, not with my music. With my music, I wasn't making money. I had to write for other people and stuff just to even get some type of currency.
Absolutely. And we definitely, I want to bring that up here in a little bit as a topic, because, there's people who, like myself, I think it's great when people have writers. And then of course there's other people who don't like it. And I think it's weird when they don't, but we're going to dive into that. But what I want to ask you about now is An Acquired Taste, the project. Tell us about it.
An Acquired Taste is a conceptual album I made. I'm gonna be honest, I was on a podcast. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but the host of it, I'm not a gangster rapper. The biggest battle in the world was by two people that's not gangsters. So I'm the good kid from the mad city. I'm from the hood, but I'm just a regular kid. And so when you got gangsters that listen to it, they don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear about love songs or nothing like that. And so he said, you the type of nigga that have poetry on your album and think that shit gonna pop.
The host said that?
Yeah, and my eyebrow raised. I said, that's a good ass idea.
You just told me something. That might work.
Nigga wrong. The Acquired Taste, the concept of it is basically poems that I wrote from as a teenager to as an adult.
Oh.
I turned it into a cafe.
Mm.
So it's the poetry cafe, and it's different poems that's being read through interludes that are related to the song that comes on next.
Is it similar to spoken word?
Yeah, spoken word.
Yeah.
So you got spoken word interludes that are connected to the actual song that ends up playing next. So
that is dope.
I don't want y'all to think it's all preachy and all that stuff. No, some of the poems are funny as hell. Some of them are sexual, all that type of stuff. But it all comes together well. I say out of all the people that I've got, about 98% of the people said they love it.
I think that's a really dope concept, because I honestly don't know any other artist who has done that.
I can't think. That's why I was happy I did it. And then the title comes from I'm an acquired taste. So I'm a straight shooter. I'm a Gemini. So most straight
Geminis.
yeah, right. And most Geminis are straight shooters. So you're gonna get a Lamar, then you get Donald Trump.
That's facts, 100%. And really, in reality, that's the way people need to be. Like, I'm a very matter of fact person, and I think sometimes that might rub people the wrong way because the truth hurts. But would you rather me lie to you and make you feel good? I'm a straight shooter too. I'm gonna keep it G with people at all times. That's what we got to do.
Telling the truth, being real is the new fake.
Yeah. And it's sad that the way, and that could be lead into a whole nother conversation, but it's sad the way a lot of things are happening right now. And, I think social media, it's a bittersweet. It's sweet because it allows us to do stuff like this, but then there's some people who abuse it and they use it only for clout or, to get clickbait type stuff. And that becomes corny as well.
Let me take accountability too. In the past, I was a loose cannon, like I said.
Yeah.
In the past, I would go into an interview and just say whatever. And I ended up giving myself media training. I got better. So it was some things that I said about different artists that I should have just kept that shit to myself.
Right.
So I take accountability on that. But also, too, being able to tell your truth in the moment should be respected.
Yes.
I like it. But I would rather know how someone feels about me or et cetera, over someone that just gives me a bullshit answer just to do it.
Yes.
That's an acquired taste. For some people, they say they want you to keep it real, but they don't like it.
No, that's facts. 100%. They can't handle that truth.
Yeah.
They get offended.
And if you don't like that, that's why my circle is small and my partners will keep it real with me. They'll tell me whatever. If my breath stink, they're going to tell me my breath stink.
We want people to tell us that, like, bro, I just had some onions. Do my breath stink? Be honest. Keep it G, Definitely. Shout out to everybody over there on Facebook. My homie Robert chimed in. Well, listen, we got people on 2 Facebook pages, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So we want to shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. If you guys are here, checked in, make sure you drop a comment. Let Dula-Mite know that you're here. We appreciate all the support. But going back to the music, so the project, is it available exclusively on even.biz or is it also on the streaming platforms?
It's available exclusively on even.biz. The lead single, Perfectly Blind, that's actually on streaming sites. So that's the only thing that's on streaming sites. So if you want to hear the single Perfectly Blind, you can go listen to that. If you want to buy the album on even.biz, sign up at even.biz. The album at minimum is only $1.
I love it, man. Like, and that's damn near free. If somebody can't, give you $1, they should be giving you 10 slick. You know what I'm saying? But if they can't even give you $1, then I don't know what to tell them, because you're putting good music out as good quality music.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yes.
I've been banged on. I've had people cuss me out. I had one dude was like, "Hey, blood, I ain't buying no goddamn album from you for no fucking $1, blood." And I'm like, "You ain't got $1? With the blood." I'm going through stuff right now and I don't have $1. I'm like, okay, hey. I get it.
Come back when you got $2. Okay.
Yeah, and due to the fact, like I said, I check myself. So I'd be like, it's all good. Just hit me if you do decide it. And some of those people are gone back and went to go buy it. So
right. And I love what you said too about taking accountability, because I too have had to do that and kind of watch what I say, because I'm a very blunt and transparent person. And there's been times where I'll say stuff and then later on I'll think about it and I'm like, dang, I should not have said that. And then it starts almost consuming me. I overthink it, like I shouldn't have said that. What's going to happen now? So now I'm really proactive about, thinking about stuff before I say it and how it is going to affect me or others, because, we got to be mindful of people. People be going through stuff and, we can contribute to their mental health issues by simply saying the wrong thing. So sometimes some things are really better left unsaid.
And in this industry, a lot of people aren't forgiving in this industry. You don't know who someone knows. And that was a lesson I learned too. You talk about somebody, you don't know who this person connected with, and you can lose opportunities.
That is facts, 100%. Like we got to be super mindful of that. Let's talk about, you have a newly established label, Fresh Academy Music LLC. Congratulations on that. That's a big, big move. Tell us how long it's been established, who all is involved, where the concept came from. Go ahead and give us the details on that.
All right. So in high school, I had a squad. We was called Young Fly Mystics. And as I got older, I was like, that ain't gonna work.
So,
it was my big dookie. It was cool for high school and it was cool a little bit. And then I was like, okay, I'm older now, so I want something that sounds a little bit more grown. And then if you put the letters together, it's fam.
I love that. Yeah.
So really right now it's just me. And then I got my 2 partners, Eric, he's my photographer. And his brother, Antonio. Antonio is everything. I tell people that Antonio, he goes by Dirty Urban, but Antonio is my Yoda.
Okay.
I don't make a lot of moves without talking to one of them.
Yeah.
Because if it's something stupid, they'll talk me out of it. If it's something smart, they're gonna be like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so I don't want any artists. I'm cool with just myself and creating the stuff that I'm doing, because I'd rather divide my money, smaller than bigger.
Yeah.
Now, gets bigger, then then we'll talk about that later.
Right. Understood.
But as of right now, I'm focused on the music, the lemonade, the shirts, and all that stuff. And I work 9 to 5. And I'm not gonna sit here and like I don't. I work a 9 to 5 too. So the money from even the 9 to 5, selling all of that stuff, that creates the revenue that I get, publishing whenever that comes. So but
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it's only been around as far as like an LLC. It's only been around LLC for about the past 2 years, but Fresh Academy, when I came up with the new name, that's been about 5 years.
But that's good though, because you made that step toward, your financial freedom per se. It sounds like that at some point in time, this is something you would love to do full time.
Yeah, I'm tired of working for people as far as
Listen, I get it. Being an entrepreneur, I've been an entrepreneur for about a little over 10 years now. Left out of the workforce, been running my own business. And at first it was difficult, but I'll tell you, it was the best decision I ever made. Being able to wake up every day and literally create my day of how it's going to go. Not anybody telling me when I can go to lunch, when I could take a break. You know what I'm saying? So you're absolutely on the right path to get there. You're doing everything you're supposed to do.
Yeah. And it is. You take a loss at first.
A big time. Like I always am very transparent with people, because I'm not ashamed of my journey. There were times when I first left my job, I got laid off and I decided not to go get unemployment. I said, I'm going to do this on my own. There were times where I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent. How am I going to make this car note? Like, it was a struggle for like probably that first full year. And I like being transparent about to let people know it's okay. If you're a hustler, you're going to figure it out. Now I've got my own place of business. I got a studio, I'm working from the home studio tonight. So listen, don't give up. People keep pushing, because I promise you, as long as you're doing right by the man above, he going to take care of the rest. Straight like that.
And it's already created opportunities for me. Like, if people don't see the background, I'm under construction right now. But I'm going to have my podcast running by July.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's going to be called The Shit You Scared to Say Podcast. And anybody from Vegas, I'm not interviewing Vegas artists. This is, I want to go national. So
okay,
talk about people that talk about local stuff, they got that covered. My podcast is going to be a different podcast. I don't want to get the concept out because I'm still working on it. But,
understood.
Even with Demon Time, and even just the fact that, I created a partnership with them now where they're holding me down. So it's definitely worth it. And it's so many hours in a day. And when you work a 9 to 5 and you work them 8 to 10 hours, you don't sleep.
No, that you don't, because how many ever hours you put into your 9 to 5, you got to come home and put that amount of hours into your craft, your passion, because otherwise you'll never get ahead.
Yep. No sleep till. And like, I know I got shoes behind me and stuff like that because I'm just a shoe collector. But
yeah,
you got to think about what you put your money in. You gonna put it
facts.
You gonna put it in alcohol, or you gonna put it into yourself?
Yes.
You got to be a weirdo. While everybody else is partying, you trying to get it. While everybody else is at the strip club throwing their money, you spending your money, and you at home creating opportunities trying to get it. So if you trying to get it, you got to know all that stuff ain't going nowhere. That stuff is still going to be there.
Facts.
You feel even better when you in VIP and not having to stand in line. So if you out there trying to get it, go get it.
And not to mention, you're a father too, so that comes first. It's way bigger than you because you have a son that you have to look out for and take care of. So it's like our priorities are probably different than someone else who's maybe 21, they ain't got no kids, they might still live with mom dukes, you know what I'm saying? But when you get into the real world, then you're like, okay, I got to prioritize and budget myself. What's more important, going to the strip club or putting food on the table for the next week,
I just think you're kind of like thinking, I'm thinking, I don't want my son to have to work. I want him to be an owner.
100%. We want our kids to do better than us.
Yeah. I want him to own something. want him to.
Straight like that. Tell us about you're releasing a new clothing line. It's called Fresh Academy Clothes. Give us the insight on it.
Yeah, bang.
Bam, and he got the nice packaging. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm actually pressing these up now to cut out the middleman.
There you go.
So
I don't blame you.
Academy cloths. At first,
Oh, it's cloths.
yeah.
Okay, but it's your clothing line. Fresh Academy Cloths is a name, but it's your clothing line.
Yeah, you was. I got that
I
LLC.
apologize.
Now it's just being fresh to death always meant something to me. I was one of the kids that saw the kids that had on the new shoes and couldn't get them, or they had on the fresh jersey or the shirt and I couldn't get it. So I wanted to make it my mission that when I get older, I have my own clothing line.
Yeah.
But it's not banging people over the head, for the price. And I know a lot of people say that stuff, and then they end up trying to make like Louis Vuitton stuff and they're selling $300, Kanye. But you want to be able to create it to where it's still high end, but you can go buy a shirt for $40 and it's still high end.
And look fresh, yes.
Fresh. If I eventually get into shoes, you can buy a fresh pair of cloths, and let's say they are $100. But at least they're $100 and not $330.
Right. And $100 really is not bad for a pair of sneakers, quality ones.
Right. So Fresh Academy cloths is something that I wanted to do with that. And then it goes into the lemonade, which is called Exquisite Sensations. When I was a kid, me and my brother used to have a lemonade stand.
Okay, that's dope.
And so I noticed that, we were selling them for $0.25 and all that type of stuff. But I know that that's something too. As a kid, we used to get quarter waters.
Man, you was hustling at a young age. You was getting to the bag.
And I want to be able to, one day when I walk into a 7-Eleven, that my lemonade is right there with the Arizonas. And we see 20 years later, somebody making a song, like walked in the store and got an exquisite or something like that. And I become part of the culture just with creating the shirts and creating the lemonade and all that type of stuff. So everything is based off the culture to, I guess, immortalize me.
Absolutely. You're leaving a legacy for your son.
Exactly. I want him to be able to know, like, when you walk in the store and hopefully 80 years from now when I'm not here and he's still breathing, he an old man walking in and he sees kids wearing these shirts or getting this lemonade. So that's my motivation, is to leave something behind.
Absolutely. That should be the goal for anybody who's a parent.
Yeah, my parents didn't teach me how to be an entrepreneur. They taught me how to be a worker. Teachers in our generation didn't teach us how to be entrepreneurs. They taught us how to be workers.
Yes.
But our generation was also latchkeys.
Yes.
It was outside. We had to
sitting on the green box.
Everybody had that heater box. And we all had to learn how to do certain stuff on our own. So for this, I want him to learn from me and see that, you can be a millionaire, still give back, and I want my son's grandkids to know that I created this.
Absolutely, man, that's beautiful. It's building that true generational wealth.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want.
And that's the goal. So, as far as the clothing line, what do you currently have available? Is it shirts that you're currently people can purchase from you?
Well, I'm building the website right now. I actually got. I didn't realize I was going to sell so much on eBay.
Yo, dang.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Middleman. So I actually got some new designs and colorways that I'm working on. The website should be up by June.
Okay.
Hopefully my birthday. I want to have it up by June 15th. So it'll be freshacademy.com. Hopefully I had that up by my birthday. I have different colorways. I'll have also got the Fresh Academy Gordon Gartrell collection. If people don't know who Gordon Gartrell is, watch the Cosby Show when Theo had that fucked up shirt that Denise made. Got that collection as far as the t-shirts too and all that stuff. And really it's just going to be t-shirts, hats, beanies, stuff like that. And then hopefully it expands as the money grows.
Throw some socks in the mix.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Socks. I'm also going to have do-rags. Okay,
see, now that to me is thinking outside the norm, because when most people launch a clothing brand, it's like hoodies, hats, and maybe some t-shirts. And I'm like, you got to go above and beyond. So that's fire. You're going to add the do-rags and the socks in there. That's what I'm talking about.
Break it down for you. I'm gonna have the shirts, the sweaters, jackets, basketball shorts, socks, do rags, bonnets. So, because everybody wear bonnets now.
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah, that's the goal, and hopefully it'll come out with just a little bit on the website in June, but hopefully by January of next year, it'll be the full collection where people can just go to the website and get it. So,
That's dope. Throw a couple bucket hats in the mix too. I love bucket hats.
oh, I didn't even think about bucket hats for
Yeah.
dread.
Yeah, a lot of people wear them. There's a lot of people out here in the A that definitely rock them.
Okay, but bucket hats.
Bucket hats coming soon. That's what I'm talking about. Now, what about the lemonade? Tell us, break that down for us. Is it available for purchase at this point?
That'll be available for purchase in June as well too. I'm
Okay.
working on both websites at the same time. So right here is just the
Yeah, say grab one and put it up to the camera so we can see it.
as you see, exquisite sensations.
I love that.
I got this. I got lemonade, pink lemonade, blueberry lemonade, strawberry lemonade, fruit punch, and then
What?
watermelon lemonade as well too. In June, I'll be selling 12 ounce, 16 ounce, the gallon, the full. You got to get it in bulk. You can't just buy one bottle.
Right. Absolutely.
It's going to be affordable. So it'll be affordable. The shipping will only cost like $1.99, and then that'll be out hopefully on my birthday as well too. And I got hit over the head with that too, to where, and I make the lemonade myself. So no machine, everything is handmade, all that stuff. So yeah.
You in the kitchen really whipping. That's what I'm talking about. That is so fire. Listen, bro, like I'm super proud of you. Like I said, you and I got history. We've known each other for a long time. And gosh, just since the last time we really conversation, you've elevated so much. Like that makes me happy. I love when I see people that I rock with making not only moves, but positive moves. And I'll keep it G, like, if it's not water that I'm drinking, the only thing that I drink is either like herbal tea or some lemonade. Right now in my refrigerator, I got some pink lemonade in here. I don't drink soda. You know what I'm saying?
I got a surprise. I'm sending you after the interview. I need you to send me your address because
Please.
I'm actually gonna send you a package with some t-shirts. You'll get it in June, but it'll be some t-shirts, and then I'm also gonna send you some of the lemonades.
Please do, because, you know, at my podcast studio where I work at during the day, OG Bigger Rankin is my business partner. He's one of the biggest OGs. He and I got a studio together out here in the Atlanta area. So between him and I, we have a ton of people come through. So I would love to be able to keep some on display, you know, and help you promote it out here in the Atlanta market.
Sound good to me. Also, too, when I come to Atlanta, I heard there's a restaurant. What is it? What's the name of the street? Sweet. God damn. I might hit you. They got like a lobster. They said they had a lobster pot pie. I gotta taste that shit.
What is the name of? You don't know the name of the restaurant? Because there's so many dope restaurants out here.
Is there a street called Sweetwater or something like that?
There is a Sweetwater out where I'm at in Gwinnett, which is about 25 minutes north of Atlanta.
It's called Sweetwater. It's like Sweetwater Cafe or something like that.
There's definitely a Sweetwater Cafe out here.
Because last time I was in Atlanta, I was supposed to go, and then I didn't end up going. And I was like, nah, I gotta go. So
when are you coming back out here again?
Hopefully I want to go to A3C in October. So hopefully, if not then September, because I always go to Atlanta to record as well too.
Absolutely. I've been checking their Instagram and their website like literally almost every day, waiting for them to release their official dates for 2024. And I even reached out to them, emailed them, DM them, because I'm trying to make plans for it. And they have not posted their official dates. But yeah, it usually takes place around end of September, early October.
A3C changed a lot of shit for me, and I appreciate it.
Man,
Go
absolutely.
to the music festivals, not to perform. That's the hustle.
To learn.
Go network and learn.
Yes.
Don't pay that $500 for 2 minutes on stage.
Nah, that's a waste of money.
It's a waste of money. Get an Airbnb and go there, have your flyers, backpack, and go network. Because I met so many different artists and producers and promoters,
Yes.
podcasters, etc. That's what you need to utilize A3C, South by Southwest, and all of these things for. Don't there think you're gonna be discovered on stage. It's not 1993. That shit's over.
No, facts. Listen, I couldn't agree with you more. Unless if you're an artist, in today's era, getting that stage presence up at some of the local events where you're not having to spend, like you said, $500 to $1,000, or actually throwing your own event. You know what I'm saying? Maybe bringing in a headliner type situation, so you're making some money off of it too. That ROI we was talking about.
He's talking my language. Create that shit so you can do your own shows.
Absolutely. And like you said with A3C, I've actually been fortunate to sit on one of the panels as a speaker before. And you're absolutely right. The knowledge that artists or just business owners can get, there's such a plethora of knowledge, and the networking opportunities, because as the old saying is, your network is your net worth,
Absolutely. Artists, forget the popularity. Put that second. Put that money first.
Yes.
Getting money will help you become popular.
And build them relationships, because I always say relationships will put you in places that money cannot.
That is a great point as well, too, which is what we should do, networking.
Yes, 100%. Absolutely.
Articulate yourself. Know how to go up to somebody. Don't go up to somebody rapping to them like old girl did with T.I.
She tried it, huh? He ain't trying to hear that.
He has so many people that try to rap to him every day. Like, if you go to him and try to get 2 minutes of knowledge, you never know that 2 minutes might change something. So.
No, that is facts, 100%. Shout out to Robert chiming in. He's saying facts as well, because it's the truth. T.I., like you said, he probably gets every day someone coming up rapping in his face. He might be out trying to just chill or grab a bite to eat. He ain't trying to be bothered with y'all. Like, I really don't think at this point T.I. is looking to sign new talent anyway. Getting that knowledge is what's going to be priceless.
Absolutely. And the last thing, too, you got to understand, there are people that's surrounded by T.I. Maybe those are those that you need to do.
Facts, 100%. Start working with the people who he's working with. Tap in with those people.
Too, because somebody that's looking like Adam Sandler might be somebody important too.
Absolutely. That's the thing. People will come into a room and they'll find only the people who look like they're important. There could be a Wendy Day sitting in there, which is a white lady with a ponytail who's one of the most powerful women in this music industry, who can change your life. They'll bypass her because she's, a little bit older white woman, and they think, oh, that's just, I don't know who that is, when she's the most powerful person in the building. If you don't know who Wendy Day is, Rap Coalition, you need to go to YouTube and find out, because she got all her videos up there.
Fresh on her and Bigger Rank.
And the biggest OG. Facts. Big is like I said, he's my business partner, but he's also like my best friend. That's where I get all my wisdom at. I quote him all the time because he be dropping them gems.
Yeah, he fired.
Definitely. I want to talk about something that we kind of briefly touched on earlier on, is ghostwriting, right? Because I feel like in the industry, there's a stigma against it. Some people are for it, and I'm one of those people, because when you get to maybe a Drake level or a Wayne or a T.I., you may be so busy that you don't have time to sit down and write your music anymore. There's nothing wrong with someone chiming in and helping you with that. But then there's other people who frown upon it, and they clown people because of it. You've definitely done some ghostwriting for numerous songs, big songs in the industry. Let's ask you this. How did you first get into ghostwriting?
Battling.
Yeah.
People don't realize a lot of battle rappers from the early 2000s to now have done tons of ghostwriting for mainstream artists.
Yeah.
And just be creating a hook, because, think about wordplay and all of that type of stuff. Like, shout out to Daylight. Daylight now went from battle rap to where Daylight is one of the biggest ghostwriters in the industry for a lot of people. They even got him attached to Drake now. So with me, it was somebody heard me at a battle, and then it was like, let me hear your demo. And when I played my demo, that person was impressed. And then it became where next thing you know, I'm in the studio with people that I never thought I would be in the studio with. Now, the pro of it is you're going to meet people, you're going to experience stuff. Like, I got my good industry stories, I got my bad industry stories, and I think, like, me and there is some stuff that's crazy that happens that we not going to speak on, but we know it happens, right?
Facts.
And then the part that I hate is the NDAs.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when you're not a known, they're gonna make you sign an NDA because they don't want people to know that other people are writing because of the stigma. So what it
Right.
can do is people can hear a song and your name's not in the credits. And if they don't see your name in the credits, how are people gonna call you so you can work?
Exactly. 100% because the ghostwriters are definitely not getting their credit where credit is due.
Now we get silent credit. So we can get the call from Jewel Box telling us we can get the plaque, but sometimes you don't want the plaque because it's like, I could easily have this plaque on my wall, but like, who's gonna believe it if my name's not in the credit?
Absolutely. You want your name on there. You are, I feel like, should be getting the biggest amount of credit.
Absolutely. Now the pro of it is the money, because if you do the NDA, you're gonna get sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes they're gonna shit on you and give you a whack ass offer, and you got to think you got to feed your kid, you got to feed yourself. Give you, we'll do 2,500 and give you 2% or something like this, or either you're gonna take the money or you're gonna take the publishing, or you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. So that's another thing too. Like, go to Music 101 and learn like a lot of the shit, because they will shit on you.
Yeah.
You fuck around, give you $1,000, and then that song make 30 million, and you only got that $1,000. So
Know the business.
yeah, so it's the business. So for me, I've written for a lot of people, and I can't even speak on it.
Of course, absolutely, because that NDA is in place. Let me ask you this, for someone maybe out there who feels like their pen game is strong and they're interested in getting into ghostwriting, what steps would they take to start? Should they start at doing it for maybe like artists they know to kind of get their feet wet? Where should they start?
For me, it was just all about networking.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell people where to start because mine was just so different.
Right. Yours is organic.
The demo, I liked it. And then they saw that I can really write, and like, it's just not rap. I write R&B. I didn't even know how to write country. Some people didn't even know how to write country.
I love that.
And I can't sing for shit, but I can write the demos and go in there and create the sound of the demo and all that stuff. But the number one thing is networking.
Yes.
You got to network. Another thing is your ear. You got to pay attention to the artist that you want to write for.
That's smart.
Their cadence and all that stuff. So if you're going to try to sell a song to them, bam, there's other people that use it a way where they go to websites where they sell their beats and then they sell their songs. Or they'll sell, they'll go to a website, create a whole song, and then people can go to those websites and buy those songs.
Yeah.
Another way of doing it to where you can create money. But the biggest thing is, if you don't network, shake them hands, shake every hand. And actually, after you're shaking their hand, you keep in touch.
Follow up and follow through.
people don't follow up. They're like, yeah, man, I met Bob Fly at the party. What was it? 6 months ago.
Like, I got a know.
Number right here. You text him? No, I didn't even text the nigga yet. Well, they lost that connection because their numbers changed like that.
And they will not remember you either, chances are, because they meet so many people.
I'm Dula from Las Vegas. We met at the club? Oh, shit.
I was bit that night. I don't remember nothing. But yeah, that follow up and follow through is more important than probably the initial conversation.
Network, follow through.
Yes.
Network, keep following through.
Yes.
Follow through is going to do number 3. You're going to gain a relationship with them. And number 4, too, when they come in town, don't always make it about music. If someone that you know that's in the industry that can do something for you, why not create a friendship?
Yeah, absolutely. Go out, take them out for a drink or dinner or something and just chop it up.
When's the last time they had a home cooked meal? Invite them to the crib. They have a home cooked meal. They vibe with you.
Yeah.
They meet your kid. Then now they want to start talking and having business with me. That worked where I was constantly able to work with some of the same people, because in my city, I was getting blackballed at first.
Yeah.
Because of my writing. I wrote for some people that I didn't even know was even being in relationships with people that I shouldn't even been in. So that's the 5th piece of advice, is that pay attention to who you have relationships with, because all money ain't good money. You can write a song for an organization that's beefing with Tommy Mottola. Don't even know that shit. Tommy Mottola finds out who's in the credits. Now your ass ain't doing nothing.
Yes.
So pay attention to who you're trying to do business with and who you're aligning yourself with too. So that's my advice. Network, follow up, keep following up, build a relationship with, and the most important, watch who you align yourself with. Because if you align yourself with the wrong person,
That's facts. You bigger said that to me early on. He's like, you have to be mindful of who you associate yourself with because not everybody is going to be good for your brand. If you're hanging around someone all the time and they're doing some fugazi stuff or maybe scamming behind the scenes, it's going to reflect back on you. And honestly, like, not that I feel like I'm above anybody, but that's why I don't take a lot of bookings anymore, because what I've experienced in the past is somebody will book me to host an event and the event ends up turning out to be kind of janky, or they overbook artists and then they're coming and looking at me. I'm like, well, I'm just the host. This ain't my event. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, I'm really mindful of who I associate myself with in business because it can tarnish our reputation.
absolutely. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, because there's so many people whose name are tarnished because of affiliation.
Yes, 100%. And hey, listen, we ain't going down that road. I'd rather stand by myself. Like, that's why they say it's lonely at the top, because along the way, unapologetically, you got to leave some people where they're at.
Absolutely. And it happened to me when I didn't know I aligned myself with the wrong person, and it took songwriting opportunities away from me for like 2 to 3 years.
Yes.
And you just got to keep networking, and I had to keep networking, and then finally met somebody else that was willing to let me do what I was doing and all that type of stuff. So I don't mind being a ghostwriter now. I used to be like, oh, this shit is so fucked up. But I mean, my kid is in there eating.
That's right.
I'm good.
Absolutely. As long as he's good, then you're good, and you're doing it in a way that it's still something that you desire to do. It's still within this entertainment industry. Shout out to our friends over at This Is Hip Hop. They're tuned in on Facebook right now. So they talking about love this, support, salute, they support. And so shout out to This Is Hip Hop. Jerry, we appreciate you tapping in. Anybody that's tuned in, tapped in, listen, we got a lot of people tuned in across the platforms. Make sure you drop them comments. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that you're here, because we do have a record that we're going to check out here in just a couple minutes, so I don't want you guys to miss it. Before we check out the record, I know we've talked about a lot of stuff. We've been on here for an hour. I appreciate you giving me some of your time. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for staying tapped in with me. Is there anything else that's currently in the works that we didn't talk about that people need to be on game with?
As far as the industry, look, I'm just gonna say it again. If you're doing this for popularity, it's crazy.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
It's crazy. Popularity is one of the things that you do want, but this saying is just still true to this day. Be careful what you wish for.
Yes.
Say, I want to be rich and famous. Ask somebody that's famous if they just want to be famous, because they'll tell you they just want to be rich, healthy, and wealthy.
Yes.
Cardi B does not like the fact that when she go to Disneyland, she got to have 20 bodyguards.
Man, I wouldn't like that either.
If you lose your you lose your privacy and all that type of stuff. Every day you wake up, it might be some new report that's not even real. So you have to have thick skin when you try to be in this industry. Everybody's not built for it. The most important thing about this music industry is your mental health.
100%, and it's not talked about enough.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about it a lot because we all go through stuff. I experience anxiety from time to time. You know what I'm saying? And there's things that go on. And one of the most important things to me is protecting my peace. That's priceless.
Absolutely. Peace and happiness. God first. Everybody. I don't care what religion you are. God first.
God first.
You don't make mistakes, right? Your book is already written. You just live in the chapters. So while you're living in chapters, make sure your mental health is good. And if you got keep good people around you.
Yes.
Like, live in a world where blood is not thicker than water no more.
Right. Right. Absolutely right.
Whoever came up with that term, them niggas lied. That was probably walking in them air sandals. So, so you got to realize that sometimes your brother can end up being somebody that you end up meeting 10 years ago.
Right.
You met them 10 years ago and they became a brother. And
yes.
So your mental health, who you keep around you, your peace, your happiness, even how you do your house. If your house is nasty,
yes,
you're going to think. If your shoes are dirty, what does your room look like?
Right. If your armpits are smelly because you ain't showered in a week, that's a problem.
That's a problem. So everything about you has to have some type of structure. Your mental health is a huge structure in the music industry because the people that are CEOs or work under the CEOs, all of them are not nice people. We're talking about an industry, they got a lot of gangsters.
It's a lot of cutthroat.
A lot of cutthroat people. Some people just want to be with you because you're popular at the time, and then when shit fall down, you don't see them.
They're ghosts, gone in the wind.
Perfect example, and then I'm done talking about it. Chingy. Chingy was on top of the world. Somebody lied on him about having sex with him, and it ruined his whole career.
Listen, I know him personally. That's a personal partner of mine. I've been with him for a long time, and you are absolutely right, because they lied on him and really completely tarnished his situation. And it's been difficult for him to even do anything now without people bringing that up.
Exactly. And Howard, that's his real name.
Howard, yep.
He's one of the strongest people that you can see in the interview. He forgave that person.
Yes.
Still created opportunities. And I know it kills him to see that other person get all the opportunities that they get, but he still creates opportunities for himself because he's strong-minded.
He's one of the most intelligent people that I've ever met. Like, talking with him is like you can have an intellectual conversation. It's like he's one of those people you want to pick his brain. So I'm glad that you mentioned him because he's such a good person.
Yeah. So Chingy is the example of here, and they can try to do you dirty.
No, that's facts. And that comes with this industry, just like, and not to get, onto this too much, but with, the Diddy situation, it's like, we don't know what's true and what's not, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of sucks because, that's what happens when you, like you said, when you get famous. And really, like, I've been podcasting for 13 years now, and I've never once done a show for clout, for clickbait. I like to have these type of conversations, and maybe they won't go as viral as if we were talking about sexual stuff, but that's not my forte. I don't want to get famous for doing stuff that I don't enjoy doing. This is what I enjoy.
It goes into the second thing: morals, values, principles, integrity. Some people have it. Well, some people have it. A lot of people don't, and you have to understand that. And once you understand that, mental health, keep God first. Don't lose yourself. Understand that this is part of the industry. You ready? Everybody is.
We do not receive our blessings from no man. We receive our blessings from God.
Let God be God and you do the rest.
That's right. Absolutely. So it's like, I don't try to get, all religious on people, but if you do not have a relationship with, whether it be Jesus Christ or whoever you believe in, please establish that relationship, because I promise you it'll change your life. It changed mine for sure.
You ain't gotta go to go to a mosque.
No, absolutely. I don't go to church every Sunday. I do it in my house.
Right. You gotta believe in something to know a higher power. And you believe that higher power exists, and after that, everything else will come together. But remember, God, mental health, morals, values, principles, integrity, thick skin, you got it.
Now that's facts. Before we get into this record, I do have one more question for you. When it comes to writing, whether it's for yourself or if you're ghostwriting for someone else, do you sit down and actually put pen to paper, or are you typing it on your phone? How does that part come together? He said, I'm about to show you. Pen to paper. Look, you got wow, that's a lot. I love that.
Yeah, I got it. Hold on. I think I'm done.
He said, I got more for you guys. Stay tuned. That is insane. That's all your writings?
Oh, you think I'm done?
It's going to be worth a lot one day.
Yeah, hold on.
That's going to be inside of a museum somewhere.
All right, there we go. That's my last.
Wow. Yo, that is a lot of writing. So you answer my question by just showing me you truly put pen to paper. Yep. That's a form of mental therapy right there.
Yeah, I mean, you want to know where I write them?
Tell me.
If I'm not in my office.
In the bathroom?
I'll turn the shower on, steam up the whole bathroom.
Yeah.
Put my headphones on. Sometimes, of course, you take a shit.
Yeah, of course.
Or I was literally sit on the toilet until my legs are numb, and I'm like listening to stuff, and all right.
That is dope, man. Listen, it really amazes me, and maybe it doesn't, but it does, how many artists, I'm talking young artists, say that they've never written a song ever. And I always encourage them, try it one time and see how it makes you feel, because writing is medically proven that it's a form of therapy to get your emotions out instead of keeping them inside. Write it on a piece of paper.
You know why they don't write, right?
Tell me.
They go my straightforward. This is straightforward doula. Because they're lazy. I'm going to tell you why they're lazy.
That's true.
They see, well, Lil Wayne, when he go in the studio, he be punching and all. Lil Wayne is a fucking veteran.
He's a veteran and a legend. Facts. You can't compare yourself to someone like him.
And then we can tell that it's punch-ins.
Right.
Try to know that. Like, we can tell that because you can't stick to a topic. And another thing, do y'all listen to beats anymore? Because you can hear a sample and like what you're punching in has nothing to do with the beat. And that's when you know it's a punch-in artist, because it's like, okay, he's just saying what he feels at that moment and he's not really doing this, or even writing it in your phone. Sometimes it's cool to do punch-ins. Do them. Yeah. But if you're like even at the club and some lyrics pop in your head, you don't have to say it over and over. It's protect yourself.
Exactly.
So I say utilize both, because it is a talent to do punch-ins.
I agree.
But you want to write some stuff down, because you can lose that thought and you can lose some crazy bars because you being hard-headed. If you drunk, how the fuck you gonna remember it?
Oh, that's facts. So jot it down on your phone or something.
Jotting everything. It's okay to have a little notebook.
Yeah. I agree 100%. Well, let's check out this record. But before we do that, man, I just want to tell you again, I know I gave you your flowers earlier on, but I just want to tell you, I really appreciate you. These type of conversations are the conversations I wish I could have on the daily. I enjoyed this. Thank you so much for introducing us to your clothing brand, your lemonade, everything that you got going on. I do have this question. If there are artists out there who are seeking ghostwriters and they're on an independent level, are you open to working with independent artists for writing, as long as it makes sense?
Hell yeah. You can contact me on my IG, is without the dash, Dula-Mite, Dulamite. If you're watching the interview, you can email me as well too at bookingdulamite@gmail.com. And I do reasonable pricing. And sometimes it's not even about charging you. Sometimes I can just talk to you and help you with a concept and not want nothing at all, because I just want to see you win.
Yeah.
So, which goes into build. If you build with me, I have no problem giving secrets and helping you or nothing like that. And I want to thank you before we play the song, because you are my first interview since I dropped the album in January.
Oh.
Shout out to my city, because Las Vegas has a lot of talent. Neo, 702, Imagine Dragons, Baby King, Easy Mill. We have a lot of underground artists that are Dizzy Wright. We have a lot of artists that are really great, but I know that the media in Vegas did not interview me.
Man.
There was no promo showing I was doing it on Even Not Biz, nothing. Which ended up being fine, because it motivated me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to be able to be interviewed by you in Atlanta. The other tip I have for artists, get out your city.
100%. Do not rely on your city, because they're probably going to be the last ones to support you.
And that was the last. I said that on purpose, because you had to ask me that question. So tie that in with what you're doing, because I really appreciate you interviewing me.
Of course.
You giving me the flowers. All of that meant so much to me, because ego is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And to be able to actually speak to someone that's not in the city, and to get the love that you did, and actually have an intelligent conversation, and we actually really talking about what needs to be talked about. I will hope that people learn from this interview from both of us and know that we may not be billionaires, but we got a lot of history in this industry and we know some shit.
Absolutely. And knowledge is power. You have to tap in with people like ourselves who are going to actually give the game and not be one of those gatekeepers, because there's a lot of that going on. Shout out to your boy Shad out there. He said Tampa's one of the best to ever do it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, bro. Definitely. And it's because it's a passion. Just like for you, this is an absolute passion. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, we're not doing it for the cloud or to be popular. I don't care about popularity. I do this to help other people get shine. It's not about me. It's bigger than me.
Yep. And you can make a living, and it ain't got to be a big ass mansion.
Man.
It's to make a living. And
that's facts.
Motherfuckers is making a living. So
Absolutely. As long as I can come home and have peace of mind, I'm good, you know?
Exactly. So yeah.
Tell them one more time your social media, and you said the website is in the works, right? For the brands?
Okay, so Fresh Academy Cloths, once again, it's a clothing line, that's the logo. That would be out June. That's gonna be Fresh Academy. I think I'm gonna do freshacademycloths.com. So
Yeah.
freshacademycloths.com. And then we got my lemonade where I'm gonna have 8 different flavors. That's gonna be coming out in June as well. That's gonna be exquisitesensations.com. I have my own website I'm building as well, which is Dula-Mite.com. And Acquired Taste Volume 1 is on even.biz right now. It is only $1. Signing up is even.biz. Type in Dula-Mite, purchase the album for $1, or you can look at some of the other packages I offer. And then Volume 2 for An Acquired Taste will be out this August.
Okay, so coming soon. If there's artists who want to register on even.biz, is there a way that they can put that you referred them there? Is that a thing on there?
Nah, I don't even need to be referred.
Okay.
Go make some money off your art. Their slogan is beautiful. Buy the art from the artist.
Man, I love that. That is a dope ass slogan. I love that.
And I want to give a shout out to Max, all of Even. The fact that they believed in me, like when he emailed me and said, yo, your sales are doing amazing. Like I cried.
I would too. That's an emotional moment.
Yeah, I literally cried when he bought the album and I saw myself on the artist roster. And I'm just so used to writing or not getting the credit to actually get credit. It felt amazing. So yeah, you can do it. If I can do it, just put in the work. Sleep later. Sleep when you die.
That's facts. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing everything, man. You were super transparent. You didn't hold nothing back. Thank you for dropping all the gems that you did, because you put a lot of information out there these artists can benefit from, especially putting them on game with the even.biz. Where are they based out of? Do you know?
Oh shit. It's crazy. They've been actually on tour right now. So they even Latino now.
I need to try to get the CEO and interview him. You know what I'm saying? Because I deal with so many artists that I think they're probably not even aware that they exist yet.
I hit him up for you and tell him to hit you up so he can do an interview with y'all.
I would love that. We can do it in person or we can do it virtually like this. But I get a lot of artists that tap in with me. I think that would be amazing. So if you can make that plug, man, that'll be beautiful.
It was just in Atlanta too. That was crazy.
I seen that, and they had like a seminar or something out here, and it was during a time when I was at the studio working, and I did not see it until I was already booked, and I was like, I'm not gonna make that one, but yeah, I'm gonna have to catch them next time around. Most definitely.
I'll plug you with Mag or Selena and then see about it.
I appreciate that. Is there anybody else that you wanted to give a shout out to before we check out the record?
Shout out to my family.
Yeah.
My family is the one that keeps me. I call them hip hop. My family is hip hop.
Yeah.
They know who they are. I love hip hop. When I say I love hip hop, I'm talking about my family.
Yeah.
Shout out to Antonio, Dirty Urban. Shout out to Eric. Hi. Shout out to my man East Scott Selly. He's next. My boy Bobby Guns. A few other people I'm probably missing. B Rush. Shout out to you. Shout out to once again to Even. Shout out to Mag. Shout out to Selena. And most of all, shout out to Las Vegas. I want to let everybody know. I know everybody only thinks of California.
Right.
But Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Seattle got something to say.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you now, Vegas got something to say. We got a lot of artists that are ill. So shout out to everybody in Vegas that's doing their thing, working hard, get some currency. And shout out to you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, and shout out to you, man. You're so dope. Shout out to you. We got to give you your flowers over and over again, bro. Most definitely. Every time we speak, it's always, on the up and up. You've been professional. It's like I said early on, it's like a breath of fresh air. And I'll say this and I'll say it again, because dealing with some of these artists that I have to deal with, they're so unprofessional and they're rude and they feel entitled. And I don't want to deal with people like that. So if I could clone you like 1,000,000 times over and have a bunch of you in the world, I would make it happen. Find me the machine and we're going to do that.
Yeah, man. So Acquired Taste, Volume 1, even.biz. Follow me on Instagram. You hit me up. I will answer. I'm one of the nicest niggas in the world.
And go purchase that. Like he said, you said $1 is what you got it set at, but you guys can give him more than that. You know, give him $10 for it, because there's a lot of time, money, blood, sweat, and tears that goes into putting a full body of work together. So I'm going to make sure I go purchase it from you 100%. I want to support your movement. I can't wait to try the lemonade. You know what I'm saying? Check out the merch, all that. And definitely when you come to Atlanta, let me know. Because like I said, me and the OG got a studio together. I'd love for you to come through and, you know, maybe you can present him with some of the lemonade or something too.
Oh, absolutely. And I got a 3X one.
You don't wear a small.
Shout out OG Bigger. I got a 3X for you, Cat Daddy.
Shout out to the biggest, man. Well, definitely. So we're about to get into this record. Tell us what record that we're checking out today.
All right, this is the lead single. One more thing. I got 3 videos coming out in June.
Okay.
So Palo Santo, 143 Freestyle, and then Whisper and I 2. If you don't know what Whisper and I is, look it up. But the lead single was called Perfectly Blind. It was directed by Millie X. It actually features an Atlanta artist, Federo. He's an R&B singer. Perfectly Blind is basically talking about how you can be in love with somebody and they're blind to you, but the whole time they're deceiving you.
Yes. It happens all the time.
Yeah, you can think that somebody is the most beautiful flower in the world, but when you grab it, there's a thorn.
Yes.
That's Perfectly Blind. Video is on YouTube as well, too.
Okay, definitely. So make sure you guys go to YouTube. Is your YouTube channel listed under your name?
Yeah, same thing. It's under Dula-Mite, and the video is actually based off Harlem Nights when Eddie Murphy was about to get shot by Jasmine Guy.
That is dope, man. Definitely. Anybody that's tuned in, please go to, if you're on YouTube or if you're over there on Facebook, go to YouTube, subscribe to his YouTube channel, comment, give him a thumbs up, all that. As an independent artist, they definitely rely on that type of support. And listen, we appreciate everybody who took the time to tune in tonight. Like I said, we're live streaming on about 5 platforms: YouTube, 2 Facebook pages, Twitter, and Twitch. You guys still got time. Drop them comments, you know, let him know that you were here to support. I see that there's a lot of people tuning in right now, so we appreciate you guys tapping in. But we're about to get into this record. This is how we're going to close everything out, is by listening to his record. I appreciate you taking some time. I know I kept you for damn near an hour and a half, so thank you so much. Thank you for giving me your time, man. But let's get into this record. Go ahead and introduce it for us.
All right, you boy Dula-Mite, you about to listen to my first lead single, Perfectly Blind. Perfectly Blind. I said Perfectly Bad. Perfectly Blind featuring Federo. Fuck with it. You about to listen to bars and a love song.
Let's go. It's your girl TampaMystic. Once again, we live right here.
Industries most
Big Industries most wanted, not the little one. You dig? Let's go.
You just want my heart without paying. If you want my time, you gotta earn it. Don't preload.
When you're looking for peace, that's when the war begins. Taking advantage of my love, my patience running thin. Can I buy your heart? I won't no exchange. I'm too old to be waiting, I live to go on pains. Too many compliments I gave you, now I'm looking lame. Called you beautiful so much that I forgot your name. Ignore my texts, ignore my calls, see how that goes. I told you that I missed you and you scoffed, saying I know shit. Sticking to the script like I'm reading lines. Said you died without me, bitch, you breathing fine. I know when you lying, I know when you lying. I just never thought I'd be the one that you would leave behind. Heard so many lies, so what's being honest? Gotta get you out my hands, so I'm losing conscious. Gave you my heart, but I opened my eyes. I ignored the ugly truth cause I was perfectly blind.
You just want my heart without paying. If you want my time, you gotta earn it. Don't preload.
She was pursuing music, an unwritten script, A silent movie, but with cinematic elegance. Infatuated lyrics thirst to the tone of a curse. Got hit with the boomerang, got me saying it's hers. They say they hips don't lie, I was here for the lesson. You threw your pussy in the air and it turned into heaven. But saw a future you never vision of. When I got problems, and problems was never big enough. Gave you all my soul, this what a nigga get. Shorty pushed me away, that's where a nigga went. You say you love me, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't say it back. Keep my emotions bottled up so they can stay intact. Loved you every second, I suppose I didn't feel enough. Cause all I did was give you all of me, but now I'm giving up. Mean what you say, but never say what you meant. Now you begging for my heart, but I just wanted to vent.
You just want my heart without paying. Yeah. If you want my time, you gotta earn it. Earn it. Don't preload.
That was right.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. And I just wanted to say this real quick. I just logged on to my Twitter, and I don't really hardly ever get on there. I don't know if you can see this, but we got 34 people on Twitter watching right now, and I never promote that. So shout out to everybody on X, excuse me.
What's up?
On X, 34 people watching on X right now. I'm just like, that's crazy to me because I never really promote that platform. So shout out to all y'all over there tapping in, tuning in. We love you guys most definitely. Dula-Mite, man, it's been a pleasure. Anything else before we get up out of here?
Say it again. An Acquired Taste, Volume 1, available on even.biz. Minimum $1. That's it.
Yes.
And artists, sign up for Even or look up other places where you can sell your music, get your currency, and most importantly, if you want a great interview, I'm not gonna lie, Tampa got it.
I appreciate that. I thank you so much. And look, they still tuning in over there on Twitter. And that we at 35 on Twitter.
What up, dog?
I might have to start getting on Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure about the whole name change. But yeah, for sure, man. Again, it was a pleasure. And like I said, when you come to the ATL, we've got to tap in and do this in person. It would be my pleasure.
Absolutely.
Y'all have a great night. We're about to get up out of here, y'all. And if you missed any part of this, it does stay on my YouTube channel, Permanently Industries Most Wanted. So you can go run that back and shameless plug, go subscribe to my YouTube channel as well.
East Side, Vegas, stand up. Show away.